is Kristen and I'm 34 years old. I am an interior designer and a wife and a mother of 2 children, 5 and 2, and we're very busy. My husband is a football coach, so I barely see him this time of year, and we're just winging it through the day-to-day and having fun. Before Passed Away, I didn't really consider myself, my health. I just didn't really consider it at all. I was a skinny teenager and took all that for granted. I thought, oh, I've just got good genes. My mom is small, and I just thought I had it made in the shade. But certainly freshman 15 or probably just the college 40 was more like it, and then motherhood, and it just never really came off. The weight I had gained over a period of years, I wasn't doing anything about it. I have always just tried to let my personality carry me. I have never been all about what's on the outside. I think that was really working for me for a long time until all of a sudden it just wasn't enough. I was looking in the mirror and not feeling happy with myself, and it was bringing me down, and it was honestly, it was bringing every part of my life down. It was bringing me down as a wife. It was bringing me down as a mother as far as how I felt about myself with those roles. And I realized that I needed to bump myself up on the priority list. I really thought, for some reason, and I think a lot of women get in this rut, like, this is just me now. This is just what mid-30s motherhood Kristen looks like. So I just had kind of settled. I'm just going to be a little bit thicker than some girls, a little bit curvier, not as toned. And I was amazed that was not true. That was just this false thing that I had made up in my mind, and I was just letting it, win. What set it off, we went to Disney World with our son in January. I remember seeing a picture of myself in front of the castle and just going, who is that person? I wasn't proud to look at it, didn't want it printed out, didn't want to copy, don't want to frame it, didn't want to see it. And I realized then how badly it was affecting me. And not just looks-wise, but now having gone through it, I can look back and go, gosh, I really was kind of sluggish. I wasn't sleeping well. I didn't feel good a lot of the time. I feel like everybody kind of has the moment or the picture that they see that makes it all click. And it was probably a lot of things leading up to that, but that Disney World picture, I was like, that was really earth-shattering to me. And then the fact, what that meant, like, we saved the money to take our son on this trip to Disney World, and we were so proud and just had the best time with him, and I don't want to look at this picture because of how it makes me feel. And that, said sort of all I needed to say. That Disney World picture sort of set in motion this emotional downward spiral for me. And I remember my husband and I kind of have an argument. I don't even remember what the argument was about, but next thing I know, it turned into me sobbing. And he was like, what's the matter? And I was like, I hate the way I look. I hate the way I feel about myself. I hate my clothes. I hate the way they look on my body. I'm not happy. I've got to do something. And he was just like, well, then stop and do it. Do what you need to do. And I think it was really like a God thing, the timing of that, because I couldn't have done it on my own. And people say that, oh yeah, it's diet and exercise. Well, duh, but it's so much more than that. And I couldn't have done it on my own, or I wouldn't have done it on my own, for sure. So I heard about the Faster Way through Quincy on social media, of course. And really, without clicking on any links or Googling it myself, I was just going by what Quincy was saying in her stories, and it felt really relatable. I felt like she was a real person with a real life and a story and a family, and she was doing it, and maybe I could do it. And I think one of the reasons why I never put time or effort into finding a different program, I just never believed in anything. I understand that it's, at the core, diet and exercise, but none of the programs that I knew about were enough or made sense or felt like they would fit into my life. I didn't really want to count points. I didn't really want to count calories. I didn't want to cut out anything completely. I just knew that none of that was realistic. I just didn't want anything that felt rigid and hardcore, and I really was afraid to fail. So some of those programs felt like, I just can't be so extreme, or I don't want to drink a shake every day, or I don't have time to go to the gym and do this crazy sweat thing for an hour. Who's going to keep the kids? And I felt like Faster Way just fit, into my life, into my home. I didn't step foot in a gym, but I was exercising every day. I didn't have to change a lot of what I was doing, just small changes. But I also love that there's a lot of leniency in it, and that progress over perfection, I think, is just, a motto for life, really. My results, aside from being physical, were just across the board better. Definitely sleeping better, definitely higher energy. I could feel myself moving around, more quickly and easier, having more energy to play with my kids, having more energy to walk and run with them, and just my clothes fitting better and me feeling more comfortable in my own skin, getting around faster, like wanting to wear tennis shoes for no reason other than because I knew I could get around quickly, which sounds kind of silly, but that's something that I sort of started doing. I will say, as far as like setting a goal for myself in the beginning, I was like, I don't know. If I can lose, maybe 5 or 10 pounds and just, a couple of inches and tighten up a little bit and gain a little bit of confidence back and, fit into my clothes better, it will be totally worth it. And I'll stop at that. And then I didn't. I just really surprised myself. And I think those before pictures that we send in, I cried very big, real tears after I saw those and had to send them. I was just in that bad of a place with how I felt about myself. But that was really motivation for me, because in my mind, I thought, okay, she has those, and I'm going to dang sure make sure that these after pictures are, there is a real difference. And I didn't do anything above and beyond. I stuck with the program. I did the workouts when I could. I did my macros the best that I could. I was not perfect. There was a big learning curve, especially the first few weeks. Working with Quincy as my Faster Way coach was incredible. She is, such a real person, such a personality. She really holds nothing back. She's very straightforward, and she's not perfect, which I think anybody can relate to. Getting up every morning and knowing that you had, a live call on the way, or just some Instagram stories that you could tune into for a little bit of inspiration, some grocery shopping ideas, some meal planning tips, sharing other people's wins for the day or wins for the week. I think all of that is really what you need in a coach. And I think being able to relate to that person is very important. And Quincy is not somebody that I knew ahead of time. I did not know her. I did not even meet her until, further down the road. But I think you can form a connection with somebody, even with social media. Thank goodness for social media, bringing us together with things like this. If you're on the fence about joining the Faster Way to fat loss, then get off the fence. You need to do it. You need to go for it. You can do it. It can be done. It will fit into your busy lifestyle, no matter what that looks like. Kids, work, whatever it is, it will work. That progress over perfection motto is truly something you have to tell yourself every day. Small changes will add up to a big difference in the end. You won't be perfect. You're gonna mess up. You still need to have the birthday cake. I remember that being something that was said, one of the videos I watched of Quincy's. Don't miss out on life. Just enjoy it more, because you can be so much happier with yourself, and your confidence will build, feeling better, on the inside and the outside. It makes a huge difference. I look back, I don't know what in the world I was waiting for, other than, to say I was waiting for this program to come along and kind of reveal itself to me. I had lived a very long time feeling the way I had, and it just started to fester until I was at my breaking point. Faster way worked for me, it will work for you. I'm telling you, I swore that nothing would. I just thought that I looked the way I was gonna look, and I was just about ready to settle for it until I made the change. And I know if I can do it, then anybody can do it. Aside from having beautiful children and a wonderful husband, and a career that I love and I know that I'm good at, I've never done anything that I was really proud of, that I was truly proud of. And I was looking at myself in the mirror and hearing people say to me, "Oh, you're looking good." And I was really starting to feel proud of myself. And because I knew I was doing it the right way, I would really let that sink in, like, "Oh, you're doing it. Here you go. You said you would, and you are." One thing to say to Amanda Tress, I guess it would just be thank you, which I know is probably what everybody would say. I mean, I would have a lot more than that to say, but thank you for making a program that works for real women. I'm not a weightlifter. I'm not a runner. I don't do marathons. I'm not in the gym. I'm just struggling to get 2 kids to school and daycare and picked up and have 10 minutes on the sofa at night. So thank you for making a program that works for me and for so many.